Welcome to The Creative Influencer, where we discuss all things creative with an emphasis on influencers. The Creative Influencer is hosted by John Pfeiffer. John is an entertainment attorney in Santa Monica, California, who represents influencers and other creatives.
This is our 10th Minisode of Season 4. The NCAA has decided to pass rules before July 1 to allow student athletes to profit from their name, image, and likeness, so-called NIL. In a statement made last week to the New York Times, NCAA President Mark Emmert said he recommends the approval of NIL rights, quote, before or as close to July 1, close quote. He went on to say, we need to get a vote on these rules that are in front of the members now. Continuing in our series of minisodes on the issue, today we ask, why the sudden change? The NCAA has been playing a game of chicken when it comes to voting on new rules to allow student athletes to profit from NIL. As we discussed in a previous minisode, the NCAA delayed their vote on the new rules back in January. This was in part due to a letter to the NCAA received from the U.S. Justice Department outlining antitrust concerns regarding NIL. In addition, the U.S. Supreme Court has decided at the end of December to hear the Alston case, which deals with issues related to both NIL and antitrust. In addition to delaying the vote, the NCAA has also been lobbying lawmakers to pass federal legislation on the issue. This would overcome the patchwork of individual state rules as states make laws about college athletes' NIL. It would also take some of the pressure off the NCAA with their other antitrust concerns that are intertwined in their ability to make rules regarding NIL in the first place. Now, I'm saying it's been a game of chicken because despite this wait for clarity from the U.S. Supreme Court and the hope for federal legislation, several states still have their own laws coming into effect on July 1st. The NCAA has been forced into action by the impending deadline. Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and New Mexico all have individual laws on college athletes' ability to profit off their name, image, and likeness going into effect on July 1, and all of them come with different rules. For example, in Florida, colleges will be required to conduct financial literacy workshops for student athletes. Georgia's law allows for an arrangement in which players can sometimes be compelled to share portions of their income with other athletes. The problem now is that even by adopting rules just like they were in January, the NCAA will still not resolve the problems they are hoping to avoid by waiting. This is a quote. The inherent issue with NCAA is its bylaw changes that were drafted don't go as far as some of the state's laws. So you're still going to have tension around the state laws and the NCAA rules. There's a close quote. According to Greg Sankey, the commissioner of the Southeastern Conference, or the SEC, where 6 of the 14 colleges expect to operate under the new rules beginning in July. Another interesting tidbit from the New York Times reporting last week is that the NCAA president, Emmert, said that he did not expect any decisions about the new industry rules to hinge on the outcome of Alston, which is considering the scope of the NCAA's powers. This means that it would appear that the NCAA is moving forward in the belief that the U.S. Supreme Court's decision in Alston is going to leave many issues undecided and still open for state legislatures and Congress to decide. Well, we'll continue to keep an eye open on the Alston case and what the NCAA decides for its rules in upcoming minisodes. Stay tuned.
That's it for this time. If you enjoyed our podcast, please write a review on iTunes and tell your friends to subscribe. If you have any questions about influencers or suggestions for future episodes, email them to John at Pfeiffer@pfeifferlaw.com. Thank you for listening.